Howdy, folks. Welcome to the channel, Rock of the Country. I'm Don. I've got a gift request from Cheryl Pierce, and this is exciting because she's going to see Alabama tonight in Huntsville, Alabama. And so it's Alabama's Down on Longboat Key. I don't know the song as far as I know. I mean, if I've heard it, I don't recognize it by the title, but I'm calling this a reaction. And you've seen, and Cheryl said that she has seen Alabama many, many times, and she's been to hundreds of concerts by all bands. So she's excited tonight. So she made two gifts to the channel, one for me to do Alabama's song Down on Longboat Key, which will post today, and then the other one will be tomorrow, the morning after the concert. If it ain't Dixie, it won't do. So Cheryl, thank you for this gift and request. I hope you have a blast at the concert tonight. Down on Longboat Key. That has a Jimmy Buffett feel to it, that title. Oh, this is different. That's Alabama guitars.
She sits and stares out the window at the water every night down at Longie's Cafe. All alone she sips her pina colada, talking to herself, dreaming time away. The story is that a dark-haired sailor stole her heart many years ago. He promised her he'd come back and take her around the world, bring her gifts of gold.
I wonder if this song was inspired by the Looking Glasses song Brandy. I don't know which song came out first, and neither may have anything to do with the other. But because context and narratives will overlap because there's so many songs out there. But
Down on Longboat Key, where the island sand meets the Gulf Stream breeze. Down on Longboat Key, she spends her life in a dream on Longboat Key. Down on Longboat Key. Down on Longboat Key. Each afternoon as the shrimp boats come in, she runs to meet them down at the pier. She sees the fishermen, the nets and the sunset, but she don't see him, her eyes fill with tears. She stands there looking at the crystal blue water, and in the coral she imagines pearls. She makes believe he brought them all the way from China. Then the water swirls, the blue-green water swirls. Down on Longboat Key, where the island sand meets the Gulf Stream breeze. Down on Longboat Key, she spends her life in a dream on Longboat Key.
yeah, she's got to move on.
Longboat Key. Down on Longboat Key. Young sailors make a play to take her home. She says no, I'm already taken. Oh, they just laugh when she mentions his name. She just keeps on waiting, 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 waiting.
Is he going to show?
Down on Longboat Key, where the island sand meets the Gulf Stream breeze. Down on Longboat Key, she spends her life in a dream. Down on Longboat Key. Down on
You know how she's living an illusion? And this is really somewhat brilliant that the songwriter brought into the picture here to really nail this thing down about how delusional might be off, but it might not be. But how off she was in it was the young sailors make a play for her. And she says no, she's waiting for, and then she mentions him by name, and they just laugh. And that tells you right there, that's a good study in human nature right there, and how we should pick up and can pick up on cues that are being given to us by others, not purposely. It's just a natural reaction, which lends credibility to it, that they laughed. They knew where he was. They were in the same profession as him. They knew of his character. They knew of him, probably knew that he goes into other ports and does and says the same thing to women. But she somehow just wound up allowing herself to be this deluded into falling in love with this guy. And he promised he'd be back. And then there's, fake things. He says they're all the way from China, but they're not. And all that, but she's just waiting. But in the beginning of the song too, that she's a bit troubled, shall we say, because she's sitting there drinking a pina colada, talking to herself. Now, we all talk to ourselves, pretty much all of us, when we're in our own home, in our own space, we're doing a project, sometimes you're walking down the aisle of the grocery store and you're like, oh God, I need to get the Reynolds wrap or what. You're like, what aisle is whatever. And you just mumble to yourself or you talk to yourself a little bit. But when you're in a restaurant, that's not how you do it. You just don't. And that clues you in. So Cheryl, yeah, what'd you say? This was a funky little tune, and you were right on that. This is Alabama does a lot of different kind of stuff. I mean, you could tell it's Alabama, of course, by the vocals and the pitch of the guitar and stuff, but they do different narratives, and their harmonies are always on point too, but this was definitely this was probably a B-side. I doubt this was released as a single, but it could have been. I mean, it was Alabama, so I think they've got like 40 or something #1 hits. George Strait's probably the king of #1s at over 60, but Alabama obviously is Alabama. So, all right, I'm going to rate this song, and the number that popped into my head immediately was an 8.7, and it was really on the strength of that line that the songwriter brought in that I elaborated upon a bit, was the sailors just laughed. And it was like, yeah, that's the nail in the coffin of he's not coming. He's not. Like with a minute left in the song, there could have been the happy Hollywood ending that he pulls into port and, docks the boat, ties it up, whatever they do, and whatever his part in that is. And then he goes and meets her and they go on a date. And then they could have left it at that, but they didn't. She's just a sad, lost soul, and she's not even at sea. So Cheryl, have a blast at the concert tonight. I'm looking forward to hearing your take on it. So tomorrow morning when I post the next one, we'll have that. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.